wonderfully well. Possible plant here, safety shot as well, of course. It's not dead set, but may go close to it. Ooh, this one just stayed out. How's the cue ball? Needs to get behind the brown, and it hasn't done so. So a slight error of judgment from Jordan Brown there. Now Ronnie O'Sullivan. What's your response going to be? Back
one
firmly against the wall. There's still, there'll be no panic buttons pressed for sure. First to 9, of course, will be the victor, so plenty of time. But he's got to start scoring and putting some sort of pressure on his opponent. He hasn't done that this afternoon. Even the frame he did win with the break of 74, that was courtesy of a fluke into the left centre. So he hasn't been scoring. I mean, he played impeccably against Mark Williams last night. As we so often see, every day is different in every sport. But it's time to start going to work now for Ronnie O'Sullivan for sure. Good opportunity.
16.
This.
Yes, I think he wanted to play the other red here, not this one above the black, but his cue ball's just travelled a little bit too far. And
17.
Well, there's another one that's just slipped in off the jaw. I mean, no, this was very similar to Jordan Brown's. He's found his way into the pocket, but normally Ronnie's
24.
middle of the pocket player.
25.
He always strives for perfection, but he is under the cosh at the moment. Take nothing away from that.
Yeah, once again, it was a little bit of a slack positional shot in there, Ronnie. A little bit straight on the black, as you can see. Not a great angle. Retrieved the situation
32.
very nicely indeed. This red is available into the right centre pocket.
33.
This will be 5 reds, 5 blacks when this goes in. I don't think Ronnie will be contemplating about the 147 just yet. We want to just concentrate on winning the frame.
40.
This visit. Play this left-handed and still stay on the black. It's a little bit of a stretch, but he's okay. Another red into the left corner pocket. It's a beautiful shot. Well, now this really sets it up nicely. Have a look at this, just the pot, but also the glancing blow off the reds to hold for the black into the opposite corner pocket. And if he wasn't thinking about a 147 before that shot,
48.
He's certainly thinking about it now. Win the frame first.
49.
But it's certainly on. Oh, wonderful shot there, Darren, wasn't it? He sort of played on 2 reds there, but he couldn't have played that
56.
any better.
No, that was as good as it gets.
57.
All of a sudden, as Ronnie O'Sullivan does, he looks in full flow now. Looks a completely different player. Focused. It's more important he makes sure he makes enough to win the frame before he thinks
64.
of the maximum. Well, there you are. That just shows you he could have got back for the black there. He's thinking, still in a positive frame of mind. Make sure of the frame. I think if the scoreline had been the other way, he'd have been playing back for the black there. He's feeling much better now, Ronnie O'Sullivan.
70.
He's just a couple of shots away, red in the colour. To make sure. Red puts him safe.
71.
All of a sudden, this final's come into life.
Yeah, and a good response as well
78.
from the world champion. Just what the doctor ordered. Needed a good
79.
frame with a good break, just to get his Q arm going. Get him back into some sort of rhythm, because he's been kept pretty cold. Quite interesting though, in the middle of that
86.
break, he didn't try and get back on the black. It sort of shows that
87.
more focused on winning the frame than trying to make 147. It was a good choice, I feel, particularly the situation and scoreline of the match.
92. 93.
And that's Ronnie's 4th century of this year's
100.
championship.
101.
Possible, now he's taking the pink, a possible 142, so he still can't beat the highest break of 143, but this has been
107.
a sublime break.
I'm not sure. You know.
He's asking the referee,
143.
what's the highest break? Yeah, referee doesn't know, it's 143, so
108.
if he had known, he would have played
143. Thank you.
in that penultimate red. He would have played for the black to try and equal the high break, but he can't do that now. He's only possible 142. He's down on the shot and asking the
115.
referee at the same time. Is quite funny.
170.
He did it a couple of years ago at the same event with the
120.
and he asked the referee how much it was for a 147, and when they said what it was, he said that's not enough and made a 146 instead.
124.
Well, we had a 107 from
129.
Jordan Brown in the 5th frame. I'm going to have a possible total clearance here
135.
of 142 from Ronnie O'Sullivan in the 6th. Well, he's missed the black, but still a wonderful, sublime century from the world champion Ronnie O'Sullivan. He cuts the deficit, but it's still Jordan Brown who leads by 4 frames to 2. This red could go over the corner pocket once again. Yeah. Now, what sort of an angle does Ronnie O'Sullivan have here? Can he delicately drop this red in and hold for the black? He's having a look at the angle and maybe a little bit acute, but it's one of these where you might have to play it in with a lot of bottom and left-hand side here, just to slow the cue ball down. It's one or the other. You've got to play it slow or play it really quick. Yeah, it wasn't dead set over the corner pocket, and well, that's a disappointing miss for Ronnie O'Sullivan.
One.
Yeah, it looks a lot easier on our TV screens, but he's got to try and play it with a bit of side and obviously try and miss the pack of reds, and it's just thrown the cue ball offline.
It was a lot thinner O'Ken, wasn't it, than you know what the viewers will have seen at home there, and like you said, trying to miss the pack of reds, but you know it didn't go in, and Jordan's got this opportunity. He's made the black. He's on this red to the left centre, albeit it's awkward cue in.
8.
I mean, when Jordan missed that red to the left corner, if the red bounces off the cushion another inch, it'd been an easy starter for Ronnie O'Sullivan. So Jordan a little bit fortunate there. This is not easy. He made it look very easy indeed. What a terrific shot that was. Just lost the cue ball slightly. There's a great pot on the blue.
14.
Just need a little bit more side there to have checked the cue ball up off that bulk cushion. Just lost the cue ball sliding at that side cushion. He'd have liked it to check straight. Just passing the green on the way down, so he'd have been a lot closer to that red. So we might even see him now play a safety. So another 6 to 8 inches out into the table, he'd have been playing that red to the left corner.
Jordan Brown, 14.
Again, this is perfect weight. The safety's been very good so far in this match.
I'll have a look at that stat. 97% safety success from Jordan Brown. That will tell you how well the safety has been so far. And once again, look at that. Look at the cue ball there. I mean, obviously couldn't get behind yellow, green and brown, but the most important next thing to do is for any player, and indeed for amateur players who are watching, if you can't get it behind yellow, green and brown, get it tight to that ball cushion as possible. And look how difficult the cueing is. It's an excellent return, but it had to be cued perfectly well, and that's why he got an acknowledgement from his opponent. It was a wonderful return of safety. Once again, this cue ball misses the yellow. He's got Ronnie in a spot of butter here. His safety has been top quality, Jordan Brown's. Very impressive.
Well, yes, because the only way Ronnie's been able to get in is by knocking in a long pot. I mean, all long pots, depending on the state of play in a match, are hard, but I mean, he's caught that really thin there. He did go for the pot there, and he tried to get the cue ball the other side of the black, so that was a real miss-hit shot, which you'd have to say he's been really fortunate with the outcome. Under normal circumstances, Jordan Brown would love to have a go at this red to the left corner, but he knows if he takes it on, he doesn't get it. That's why he's playing safe. And I think that's the right shot in the context of this match. Why should he do anything silly when he's got Ronnie a little bit on the back ropes?
Yeah, the only thing I'd say about that is that he's left Ronnie a possible pot. Okay, it wasn't easy, but if it had gone in, Ronnie was in. Now, as it's turned out, it's worked out in favour of Jordan Brown here. But has missed the red by some distance there. And he's left Ronnie a chance.
That probably, Ken, is his first nervy one since the first frame, isn't it?
One.
Yeah, totally agree. Wasn't playing for the black there because if you look at the red, it's on the black spot, so he really wanted to be up for blue or pink, but not judged it as well as he would have liked. You can still pot the blue. Yellow cue ball could be going between yellow and brown. Try and get on that red that's close to the black spot if possible. This looks pretty good. Excellent recovery.
6.
Now, you pot this red that's on the black spot. He also has a red into the right centre pocket, which is a little bit easier. So a choice of 2 reds. He'd really like the red off the black spot as quickly as possible, but may not take it this time. May pot this red, go up for blue, and then back down for the red again. But this looks a bit high.
7.
Well, it looked a bit high the minute you hit it, didn't it, Darren?
Well, I think it's only because, as Dominic said earlier, it's a new cloth. I think if that had been the cloth that had been on earlier in the week, it'd have stayed his true course and lit that jaw and stayed out.
12.
But obviously at this pace, he give it every chance, so whatever little bit of nap was on that cloth, it certainly helped then in pulling that cue ball in.
13.
Pulling the red, I should say, into the centre pocket. Wrong side of the black again. So it's going to be up and down. It's not a great scoring opportunity yet, as it can. A lot of work to do. It's a big shot in popping this black, but he's got to negotiate in and out of bulk, which he's done. He needs to have a good cue ball, and that's looking just about perfect.
Yeah, that was a wonderful shot, wasn't it?
20.
Not easy that into a blind pocket, which the middle pocket was, but have a look at the cue ball here. Just enough right hand side off 2 cushions, back out into the middle of the table. Oh, there's a wonderful shot,
21.
but he's been a bit unlucky. I don't think he's on the pink into the left centre. We'll soon find out, but he was hoping to be on the black, but just look at the red. It's come down and blocked the path of the black. Well, he may be on the pink. It's a little bit tight. Oh, he's okay. Wanted to be on the black into the left corner pocket, but just about on the pink. Yeah, well played. Cue that beautifully.
Just give me a second, please, on it.
Yeah, now the problem is for the referee, as he asked Ronnie O'Sullivan for a second, pink won't go on its spot, so it has to go as close to its spot as possible in line with the black and the top cushion. And that's behind the little bunch of reds. It's not going to hinder Ronnie O'Sullivan on this occasion.
27. A
little brush on the blue. Causing to be the wrong angle. He's played a good positional shot there. He's got nicely behind this red.
33.
He's got a choice. Could go into the pack of reds here. He's got the red left of the black, but I think it's a good opportunity. Yeah, and that's worked out a treat. Excellent shot, that. It's 39. Been a good break, Darren, hasn't it? I mean, he's had to work really hard. The cue ball has been up and down the table, but he's back in prime position now.
Absolutely, Ken.
40.
I mean, there's been a couple of moments within his break it could have all gone wrong, but he's managed to rescue the position every time. No, he's in absolute perfect territory. And all of a sudden, if he
47.
goes on to make enough to win this frame with this
48.
visit, he's cut his deficit to just one frame in no time. And that's what we're saying, you know, at one stage it was looking brilliant for Jordan Brown, wasn't it? And all of a sudden it's match back on. Any other player, you've got chance to sort of keep yourself calm and tidy,
55.
and you know they'll win a frame, but it'll take them a while. With Ronnie, he can just reel them 2 or 3 off in no time at all.
56.
He's done very little wrong, Jordan Brown, last 2 frames. He's played some good safeties. I think he's just got to stay positive in his seat and just not panic.
63. 64.
Yeah, that's frame ball. And now, he's just double checking the scoreboard. Let's see, can we see another century? We've seen a century in each of the last couple of frames.
71.
This final is starting to really hot up now.
72.
It's been an excellent break. I think this break will give Ronnie O'Sullivan a lot more pleasure than the 135 in the previous frame, because he's had to work a lot harder with the cue ball. Really pulled out some great positional shots
79.
and pots in this break.
80.
We can safely say the rocket has certainly taken off in this final now. One more frame to play
86.
before the interval, and they'll come back out again this evening for the
87.
remainder frames of this year's Bet Victor Welsh Open. But the snooker has been so good in these, particularly these last 3 frames.
94.
Both players won't want the session to finish, to be honest. It's been
96.
great stuff. Big last frame for both players, and particularly for that man, Jordan Brown, in his first ranking final. Love to
99.
have a lead going into the final session. Can the world champion,
103.
as we see another century from Ronnie O'Sullivan. Can he see him level?
108.
Still one behind. Well, starting to play something like the way he played, and particularly against Mark Williams last night, which was quite incredible.
114.
This has been a wonderful break.
Absolutely, Ken. Fair dues, top growth from
121
both players, you
Ronnie
know.
O'Sullivan.
Jordan Brown with his century, and then Ronnie with his back-to-back centuries. Ronnie O'Sullivan.
Is he swerving around the yellow? Yes, he was. Couldn't make the potting angle. Watch the double kiss. Oh dear. Well, got to go back to Ronnie's shot. He was very, very lucky, and he left Jordan a problem there, and it's gone wrong.
One.
Well, but for the yellow, probably would have been Jordan Brown with the first red of this frame. But it's O'Sullivan with the opportunity now. And it would have been a tremendous chance
6.
to get his hands on the trophy. Just have a look at this. Plays a good shot, Ronnie, struck it nicely, but that cannon from red to red has deflected that one over the left centre. And look what happened to the cue ball. Well, if Ronnie
7.
somehow wins this match, he'll look back on that. But has he overrun for the black? I think he has. Next question, does the pink go? Yep, he's not on the black. And he's not on the pink. Is he taking the blue on? Oh, that's absolutely incredible. What a fantastic pot that was from Ronnie O'Sullivan. And even Jordan Brown, I can assure you, appreciated it.
12.
If this doesn't go in, Jordan Brown has got a great opportunity. Brinkmanship of the highest order from Ronnie
13.
O'Sullivan there.
That was an incredible pot.
18.
Perfect example of why he has amassed 37
19.
ranking titles, and why at the age of 45 he's the reigning world champion.
Oh, goodness. Glanced off the pink. Cue ball almost found the pocket. Is he on a
24.
red? At first glance, I can't see one. Well, this is a very tough red that Ronnie may have to have a look at here. The one that's closest to the cue ball will cut in. But it's a lot thinner than Ronnie would like it to be. Oh, that's brilliant.
25.
That blue, by the way, a few shots ago. Well, that must be a contender. The shot of the match. The pressure that was on it. But believe me, this red was equally difficult.
He's pulled some magic out of the bag in this frame
28.
so far for this break of 28. Remember, his first 2 Welsh Open titles came in deciding frame shootouts. Are we heading for a third?
29.
Again, it's one of those really difficult breaks to make. The black is very awkwardly positioned. The pink, as you can see, is near that right-hand side cushion. And a lot of these reds are rather in one another's way. Ronnie will try to get onto a red into the right corner, one of the reds just below the pink spot if he can. Power shot this. How's the line of the cue ball? Needs to run. Oh, this is perfection. What a great shot from Ronnie O'Sullivan.
34. $35.
And what must Jordan Brown be feeling in his chair? Beneath that exterior, his heart must be racing.
Well, he's done nothing wrong here, really. Ronnie O'Sullivan, so exceptionally fortunate to not leave that red to left centre. Jordan was faced with a very tricky safety. And the double kiss looks to have proved very costly.
$41.
I don't know about you, Dominic. My nerves are jangling in the commentary box. You just can't believe what you're seeing.
congratulate both men for making this such an absorbing
45.
final. And at the moment it looks like it's going to go all the way. I just wonder if one is tempted to try and get on the black somehow here. No, avoided the cannon.
46.
And the red's next to it, quite rightly. Ronnie now with a 46-point lead. He won't be bothered about the black. He knows that if he can pop 2 or 3 more reds with blues, that will do him.
Well, if this does go all the way, it will be Jordan Brown's 5th deciding frame match of the week. Second round, third round, last 16, and the quarter-final against Mark Selby. Nobody could say he wouldn't have earned the title if he wins.
56. $57.
4 reds on, so only 59 available. If you want to make absolutely sure, and he can do there.
61.
Wow. Well, seats for takeoff, everybody. We're going all the way.
68.
Best break of the
69.
match for me, this. And I must say, I don't think I've seen a better one in the whole event. What a way to take us into a deciding frame.
76. 77. 84. 85.
'Ronnie O'Sullivan makes a century here, we've
92.
never made a better one at such a crucial time.
94.
Well, that double kiss on the red allowed the world champion the opportunity.
97.
That this has been crafted like an art form, this one.
101.
Can you imagine how big that noise would be if they were here for real?
106.
Well, I hope you're enjoying this at home, because we certainly are.
112.
An absolutely sublime clearance from the greatest